The whole, bit about applying differential market identification strategies, right, is essentially where you're how agile you are to pick up consumer shifts and see patterns in markets, and then sort of plan your media investments accordingly. So what is the right approach, especially because we are looking at high powered growth all the time. It's not that we can have the upper funnel and then the middle funnel and then the lower funnel play out. So how do you do it?
I think a couple of things that have helped us, right? One is to start looking at data a little more creatively, right? Not rely always on traditional panels and traditional measurement to pick up trends ahead of the curve, but to really start looking at, on the one hand, look at really fast moving data, because e-com, quick com, they may be small parts of traditional businesses, but they can give you very quick reads into shifts that are happening as far as trends are concerned. Looking at search, right? Because people may not be buying online, but they're still looking for information online, right? At the other end of the spectrum, it's also, I think, important, A, to meet consumers regularly, because they will tell you the truth more than any data will ever tell you. And B, also look at wider, economic surveys and research data that the larger environment puts out, which may not be specific to marketing or to media, okay, but can offer surprisingly rich insights. So for example, we play in air fresheners as a category, right? Now, traditionally, you would go look and say, okay, let me go to where there are people with discretionary income, because, hey, air fresheners is a little bit of a vanity category, right? And so you look at traditional metrics like affluence, disposable income, so on and so forth, right? But one of the things that really matters is actually how dense houses are.
Sure.
That leads to odor inside the house, right? So if you want to identify markets and consumers differentially, you have to look at data differentially.